What's going on, guys? John Elder here from CourseTherapy.com, and in this episode, I want to do a follow-up to my flop video from yesterday. All right, welcome to the Daily Udemy Income Report, the show where I talk about making money on Udemy, walk you through what's working for me, and help you do the same thing. My name is John Elder from CourseTherapy.com, and today is Wednesday, April 24th, 2019. And in today's episode, I want to have a little follow-up about what to do when your course flops. We had a course that I just launched yesterday, day before, that kind of flopped. I had some suggestions yesterday on what to do. Today, I want to follow up and show sort of what happened after I did those things and how it all turned out. But before we get into all of that, let's take a look at yesterday's numbers. All right, so yesterday was the 23rd, Tuesday. 9 courses sold, not a very good day, but it did come to $41.41, which is not terribly bad considering only 9 courses sold. 41 is my lucky number anyway, so we'll take it as a good sign. We had just a monster weekend and, big Easter sale, and usually after a sale, things kind of slow down a little bit, so that's to be expected. $4.60 a course. Refunds bopped up about $1, it looks like, to $101.53, and there were 10 reviews. We'll take a look at those in just a second. Month to date, that brings us to $1593.40. Not too bad. We still have a good solid week left, and not too bad. 371 courses sold, 146 reviews. Promotional activity stayed the same, $121.62. Now, yesterday I sent out a promo email. It completely tanked, not a single order. But this morning I've had 3 orders from one person, I think, from that email. So it's earned $30-ish, and that'll be reflected in tomorrow's numbers. But, not particularly good as far as email promotions go. So I'm not even going to talk about it. I basically sent out the same email that I sent out the week before. I just put a little snippet at the top, said, hey, I sent this out last week. There was a problem with the email. Not everybody got it, so I'm just going to extend the sale and send it out again. No takers. Average rating 4.53, which stayed the same. So taking a look at my profile page real quick, user udemy.com/user/John Elder 3. We see these 2 courses are still new. We have 40 courses. This one has been launched. We'll talk more about this in just a second. And if we go forward, we see that the Django course is still highest rated. Love seeing that. So taking a quick look at the reviews, we had 4.5 stars, 5 stars, 4.5 stars. This is for the new course, which is great. 5 stars, real cool programmer/instructor. He speaks very clear and is easy to follow along with him. He is basically holding our hand all the way through the end and explaining what everything does as if he was teaching a young child how to code. Real cool guy, definitely recommend. P.S. I joined his website, Udemy.com. Fantastic, plugged my website for me. And has a lot of cool other videos to watch and learn for all different types of languages. Hope to go through all his videos and become as good as him. That is a fantastic review, and thank you very much. 4.5 stars. I don't even know, what is that, Polish maybe? Let's see here. Let's go Polish to English. Very simply and pleasantly explained course. Okay, we'll take that. 5 stars. 4.5 stars. This is a great course. Very interesting. I'm learning a lot. That's great. The new course. We love seeing great reviews right off the bat, especially with text. It really boosts things. 4.5 stars. Somebody is messaging me like crazy. 4 stars and 5 stars. So for the rest of this video, I want to talk a little bit about what happened going forward with this course that flopped a couple days ago. Like I said, I think in yesterday's video, I released this last Friday. It didn't get approved till sort of middle of the day Monday. And then for the rest of the day Monday, only a couple of people signed up. Now, usually when you release a new course, especially when it's free, hundreds of people sign up immediately. And when in the first 24 hours, sometimes thousands. And when I woke up the next morning, expecting again, or hoping to see thousands of people have signed up overnight while I was asleep, only 10 people had signed up. So something was wrong. I mean, just obviously. So I figured out one thing that was wrong. I'll talk about that in just a second. But one thing I did was I started to post this on Facebook groups and on web forums. And there was one forum that I used, a Best Black Hat forum, and a couple of Facebook groups. And they're just random Facebook groups. If you go to Facebook and search for Udemy free, you'll get, hundreds of Udemy Facebook groups where you can post free coupons. And you want to look at the member count at each one because, I mean, there are literally thousands. So you pick one that has at least several thousand members, right? The more the better. And then you join a few of these things, and once you get approved, you can post your coupon. So that's what I did. I posted my coupon in a couple of those places, and when it hit there, it started to take off. Then it hit the best black hat forum, and it really took off. And now, about 24 hours later, we're at 2,460 courses. So that's the first thing, and the most important thing is sort of kickstart it yourself, get the ball rolling. The other thing that I noticed, if you go into the course and the course landing page and preview it here, you'll notice at the top here we have the category that it's in, and it's in development, databases, and SQLite, which I knew, which I wanted. Well, yesterday, if you clicked on here, the SQLite category is not very large. There's only 2 pages of results, right? So page 1 and then page 2. And yesterday, my course wasn't showing up anywhere in here. So I knew right off the bat something was wrong. And now you can see it has been added. But I think this is what the problem is. I haven't got any confirmation on that, but that's what I think happened. I think when it launched, somehow it didn't get stuck up on the page that it was supposed to be. It didn't get launched onto Udemy, and so nobody could see it, right? So I emailed, when I figured that out yesterday, I emailed instructor support, and I said, hey, I launched this course a couple days ago. It's not showing up in the category. There's only 2 pages of results, so I can see. It's not like, some courses, some categories have hundreds of courses and dozens of pages. So, you might not be able to find it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's not there. You just might not have seen it in the hundreds of pages of results. This one has exactly 2 pages of results, so I could see very well that it was not listed. So I emailed instructor support. I actually never heard back from them, which is starting to happen more and more often, I'm finding. And maybe I'll talk about that in another video in the future. It's kind of weird. But, somewhere midday, or towards the end of the day, it was sort of yesterday evening, it finally popped up in here. And then, so I don't know if that was the problem. I suspect it is, or maybe not. Maybe it just takes a day or two for new courses to show up on the page, and I'm just grasping at straws. Whatever it was, everything seems good now. Everything's back on track. We have, it looks like, pushing 2,600 people, which is on the lower end of what I come to expect when I launch one of these courses. Like this one, the Node course has 5,000 people signed up, like in the first day or two, right? But factoring in that this one had a little bit of a hiccup to get started, and also that SQLite is not a particularly popular thing. I didn't think a whole lot of people were going to sign up for this. I figured a couple thousand. And we're at a couple thousand. So in the next couple hours or so, I'll probably turn this off as it starts to slow down a little bit. Now every time I hit reload, it's 2569. Now it's 2570. So people are still joining, and as that happens, I'll let it keep going for a little while longer. But as that tapers off and slows down throughout the day, probably in the next couple hours, I'm guessing, I'll go ahead and switch this to paid. And so that's that. So that's it for today's report. If you like this episode, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, and check out CourseTherapy.com for more tips, tricks, and online course awesomeness. My name is John Elder from CourseTherapy.com. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.